everyone. Thank you so much for having me today. As Gary said, I'm Nia from Mind. I work in corporate partnerships and I look after the partnership that MEC have with Mind this year. So I just want to talk to you a little bit about Mind and Time to Change. I'm sure some of you know quite a lot about it already, but Time to Change is a campaign organisation run by Mind and Rethink Mental Illness. It's been going since 2007, and since that time we've been shown to change millions of attitudes towards mental health in England and Wales. And since phase 2 began in 2011, the research has shown that we've changed 2.5 million, so it's quite a lot of people. It's all about anti-stigma and helping each other out. As you can see from this picture, 1 in 4 people are affected by a mental health problem in any given year. Our research of workplace wellbeing and Time to Change has shown that one of the biggest factors of this and stress and anxiety can be work, possibly even more so than debt and financial problems. So it's really important to take good care of yourselves, and today I just want to bring up some small things that you can do to help yourselves, share some stories and just work together to make the workplace as mentally healthy as possible. So, without further ado, I want to start with a little activity. So if you could all stand up, if you don't mind. Sorry, I'm interrupting your pizza. I'm going to give you 3 scenarios, and it's just to think about the way that you might talk about mental health or your reaction to having to talk about it in a situation. So we've got 3 of those. So the first one is that you're at a family wedding. You've just had your meal and you're sitting with grandparents, aunts and uncles, and the conversation turns to your health and how you've been recently. Now, you've got the opportunity to be open and honest about how you've dealt with your mental health problem lately, or you could just brush it off and say, oh, I'm absolutely fine. So what I'd like you to do is sit down if you think you'd just say, I'm fine. Thank you. Okay. Often happens. The second scenario is that you're going for a job interview. It's your dream job, and you're really excited about this interview. So it's all taking place, and the question comes round as to a gap in your CV, and basically they want to know why you've got a gap. It's due to a mental health problem. Would you be open and honest about it, or sit down if you'd make another reason? Great, thank you. Okay, the final one is if you're on a first date, it's going well, and you've decided you'd quite like to see this person again. Conversation is going on around a TV programme that's been on recently about mental health. You now have the opportunity to bring up your own experience and how you relate to the TV programme. I guess stand up if you'd be open and honest and take the opportunity, and stay sitting down if you would not mention it and bring it up at a later time. Okay. Thank you. So basically this highlights that there's a lot of taboo, stigma around talking about mental health in different scenarios. If it was a broken leg, it might be a bit different, and what we'd really like at Mind and Time to Change is for people to be open and honest about it anytime, be treated like physical health. So on to the small things. This is a new campaign from Time to Change, and as you can see, small things make a big difference. So it's all about things that people can do to help each other out. So I want to show you this video. This is some of our Time to Change champions sharing their experiences. So just play it for you now.
I was on my sofa.
It was at his house.
It was after work.
I was in the living room.
I just made 2 cups of tea.
Took my boots off, sat down.
I told one of my oldest friends.
I wasn't really sure what I was supposed to be talking about.
How will I, what words will I use and how will I say this?
Oh my goodness, what's going to be revealed here?
There's this stigma attached to not only mental health, but how we approach talking about mental health.
He sat and listened.
I saw his honesty. as a strength.
I felt relieved. So relieved.
There's no grand statements or gestures.
I send her a picture on Facebook, and she knows then that I'm thinking of her.
There are some days when I wake up and I won't feel as sparkly as I usually feel, and without me even saying anything, he will bring me a cup of tea.
He's just the same person.
It's just normal.
Whatever way you feel comfortable in whatever environment, just start that conversation.
Go for a walk with your mate. Go for a coffee.
Just the smallest thing can make the biggest difference.
Small things can make a big difference when it comes to mental health. Search Time to Change online to discover the small things you can do.
So, from that, it really just wants to highlight that there's lots of little things you can do and that you don't have to be an expert to talk about mental health. It can just be as simple as saying, how are you? So what I'd like you to do now, there's a postcard on each of your chairs or around you somewhere and a pen. And I'd just like you to either you can discuss with the person next to you or just think of one yourself of a small thing that you've done for someone that could have helped them, something, a small thing someone's done for you, or something you might do over the next week, just to check in with someone and start that conversation about mental health. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much. Now, I just wanted to see if anybody would like to share their small thing that they might do or their experience. Gary has got a microphone if you would like to, or you can just shout at me, whichever you prefer.
So I've got a friend who's not having a great time at work at the moment, and I'm going to say to her, let's have a chat on Saturday, let's put some time aside and see how things are going.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Anyone else like to share? That's okay. Oh, there's a little pocket-sized card on your chair as well, and that's just got some examples. So it could just be sending a text and saying, how are you? As Britt experienced, someone just making her a cup of tea, just anything to just reach out to each other and make sure, and that goes for what you do at the weekend, but also at work. It's just all right to just say, are you okay? Or just be there for people and start that conversation. Okay, so I want to show you another video now. This is one of my favourite Time to Change videos. It's set in a school. It kind of speaks for itself, so I'm just gonna let you watch that one.
Okay, Pygmalion by George Bernard.
Oh.
Sure, can you open your exercise books, please? You've got a 1,500-word essay to do. I'd like you to choose one of the themes from the board and start to plan it. Ah, the Wanderer returns. That's another 2 weeks behind. See me after class.
So where you been this time? Somewhere warm? Yeah, your mum's bed.
Okay, settle down. Are we a comedian as well now, Michael? As I was saying, choose one of the themes on the board and start planning your essay.
Yeah, I've got one for you. How many teachers does it take to change a light bulb? No? Right, how many depressed people does it take to change a light bulb? Doesn't matter, it's always dark, isn't it? When you wake up, you got a dead arm. You can't control it, can't make it do anything. Imagine that in your whole body, in your mind, your whole life. Remember when I was off school? Remember all the jokes? What options you choosing, Michael? Getting out of bed? Staying awake? Coming to class? Only that's when I was so low. Getting out of bed wasn't an option for me. Even on Facebook. Changing my status to still skiving. It's funny, isn't it? It just makes it a little harder. Sometimes it's already too hard. I mean, you lot are my mates, right? Right?
So we can't help people like the stand-up kid and all of the other people who are the Time to Change champions and all the other people that help out with Mind without the help from people like you. So thank you so much for all of your support so far. You're over halfway towards your overall target, which is absolutely fantastic news. I know that you've done so many things this year already. You've done quizzes, bake-offs, pancake flipping, Tough Mudders, 3 Peaks challenges, half marathons, and it's all the rest. So thank you so much, because we couldn't do it without partnerships like with MEC. I just wanted to give a little shout out to the next thing that's coming up. I think at your all conference thing the other week, there was a competition announced, and basically what we'd like you to do is to get into teams of 4, set up a Just Giving page, and just fundraise absolutely as much as you can, doing whatever you like, by the 6th of December. So it's quite straightforward. Get with your mates and just do the best you can and do your best to make a stand and keep opening those conversations to make mental health more easy to approach. So thank you very much for your time.